welcome back. So now I'm going to show you how to build out UI elements in Flutter. Okay, so I'm not going to really spend too much time on this tutorial because in Flutter, like I said in the previous video, everything is a widget, right? And most of this stuff you really learn as you build the application. Flutter has a really vast set of tools for building UI elements, and I can't go through every single one of them. It would be a really long video showing you how to use every single one of them. So I figured that we're going to learn more about these as we build out actual practical applications. So this application is actually going to morph into a contact application. Okay, so now let's go ahead and build out the UI for our contact application, right? So in a typical contacts application, you may have your screen here. It can be called something nice like, let's just edit our title and call it contacts or my contacts, right? Your app here shows my contacts. We already have widgets laid out. We have the app bar with the title in it. We have the center widget in the body. Okay, cool. So in the typical contact application format, you have like a title, so somebody's name and maybe their email address or their address or something, and it goes on and on and on from there. So the UI elements I'm going to show you how to use right now are a list view, a container, and a list tile. Right, I'm pretty sure you're going to wonder why I'm using a container and a list tile if you already know about Flutter, but let me just go ahead and show you real quick. In our body, we're going to add a widget called a list view. The list view takes a child called children. Children is just a list of widgets that you can put into your child. Okay, now in here, what we're going to do is pass in a text. We're going to call this person1. Already we can see this is working fine, but it scrolls, but it doesn't really look attractive. We all know how Android material design list items look, and to replicate that look, Flutter gives us a cool widget called list tile, right? The list tile has a property called title, and the title is a text just like our app bar here, and we call it person1, and you can see it's very well styled. We can also give it a subtitle if, for example, wanted to add in an email address, so email at mailserver.com. We save that, and you see we have email at mailserver.com here as a subtitle. You can go on and create multiple children. Just make sure your syntax is correct. And you see you have multiple children named person1, person1, person1. And this is how you basically have, or this is basically how you use your list view. It's really, really, really simple in Flutter. Okay? Now, if you want to have a custom list, you don't really want to have a list that looks like this. Maybe you want to have like a card. So you want these people to be cards. Let me show you how to make a card for yourself using a container. So we just add in a container widget with a child. The child will be a text, person1. Maybe we don't like how this looks and we want it to look a bit similar but not exactly similar. Let's throw in a padding. Okay, the padding property, you need to pass in something called edge insets geometry. We're just going to use edgeinsets.all. It's a function that the edgeinsets class exposes for us. It's just going to allow us to add padding to all sides of the widget, top, bottom, left, and right. We're going to add padding of 10, and you see it's perfectly padded there, or it's padded okay. No, perfect. Maybe let's just bump that up to 15. Okay, cool. Then maybe we want the email as well. Let's just go ahead and change this to a column. Flutter has this cool widget called column and row. Let's just go ahead and change that to that. We're going to call it a text, and we're going to add in person1, and we're going to have another text widget, email at mailserver.com. Person1's email is there. Now, as you can see here, our UI is centered. We don't want that. We want it to be left justified. We can go ahead and do that. Now, in a column, the main axis is top to bottom, and in a row, the main axis is left to right. Okay, so since our main axis is here and our cross axis is here, we know we want to align this to the left based off of our cross axis because it's going to the left, left to right. We're going to use a property called cross axis alignment, and we're going to use the value cross axis alignment dot start or dot stretch, right? And it sends it to the left. Why does dot stretch send it to the left? What dot stretch does is it sends this all the way across the screen, while dot start just fills it, or fills this user element right up to here, like where the largest widget is. So the bottom widget, the largest size, it's literally from here to here. Stretch sends it from here or from here to all the way over here. Okay, we're going to use start for now because we don't really need to stretch it. Let's go ahead and style this container. Maybe we want to change the color of the container to make it green and the text white. Let's just do that and let me show you. So to style a container, you need to add something called a decoration. Decoration takes box decoration. And in here, you can choose what color you want, the background, blend mode, border, border radius, box shadow, gradient, image, and shape. Okay, let's just change the color. Colors dot green. Nice. Okay, we can go ahead and also change the text. Excuse me, text color. Style, text style is going to be colors.white. So to change the style of a text, you have to give it a property called style, and the text style class is what you use to define the style of your text. We're just going to do the same for the bottom one here. Just go ahead and copy and paste this. Right? Nice. Also, you don't just have color you can change about the text, you can also change the style, the weight, well, not the style, sorry, the size, the weight, whether it's italic or not, the font family, all sorts of things you can change. Okay, the decorations can be underlined, a whole list of these things. We're not going to use every single one of them, we'll just use them as we need them. You can explore the rest of them as you go. Okay, let's just go ahead and bump up the size to something like 16, we'll call it. Nice, you see person 1 is now a bit larger, let's call it 18. Nice, it's much larger. Okay, maybe we don't want our card to touch every edge of the screen. We can go ahead and add a margin to the card. It has the same property as padding. I'll just bump this up. Okay, copy it, delete that, change this to margin. You see, it doesn't touch all sides of it. So now if you have multiple of these cards, right, they will be automatically padded for you and they won't really be touching each other. They won't be stacked directly on top of each other, there will be space between them. When we save that, you see there's space between them. Okay, great. So this is the card for our UI element. We're not going to use this, I just want to show you how to build out your widgets in a more expressive manner, right? You can go ahead and change so many things about it here in the decoration. Let's go ahead and add a border radius, for example. We'll call this border radius and we'll pass in a class called border radius.circular because I want my border radius to be a circular border radius. Call it 10, for example, right? And you have a border radius with a radius of 10, which is great. So for this tutorial series, or for moving on further, I'm just going to use the list tile. You can design your own UI widget. Go ahead and make it look as well as you want. Send screenshots if you can. Drop them in the comment section below to your like GitHub repository, and we can like take a look at how you make this application your own. Okay, we're going to use a list tile, title, text, person 1. The subtitle is going to be another text, email at mailserver.com for person 1, and as you can see, pretty well laid out. Okay, great. So in the next tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make HTTP requests, and we're going to be making HTTP requests to a popular free API called JSON placeholder. We're going to be pulling the users, okay, and we're going to show these users here in our application. I'm going to show you how to go through all of that. So just a quick like sneak peek. Our name is going to obviously be up there and our email will obviously be down there, and then we can show this information maybe as we navigate to the next screen, as I'll show you in the navigation tutorial. Okay, great. See you there.